This is part 30 of our cry for help. The cybercrime, illicit activities, as you can hear in the background, it's making noise, but we don't care about that.
Forget about that.
It's amazing that we're here. Words cannot express what we have to do between each video.
It's like an hour and a half.
Yes,
it's coming.
we would love to tell all the concerned citizens what we need to do, but we can't expose everything. But let's just say
reveal
that we have certain things that we have to use on our computer in order to eradicate all the cyber crimes that Mario Tuszco et al. Constantly put on our computer.
It's a constant battle.
It's a constant battle.
We are putting something on, he takes it off. Then we have to do something to eradicate what else he's doing. Then he puts it on again. So we have to eradicate it, and we have to keep battling. And it's like a race.
Yes, it's a race for time.
It's like a race.
For 8.5 years.
I mean, this is unbelievable.
We can't go on like this. And we know you're listening. We know he plays around with your views, but we know already that over 1,000 people are listening, and we're very thankful for that.
Yeah, we noticed that. We noticed that the other day.
Also, okay, what I have to do, what we just, without saying further, I don't know if you remember in our past videos, we told you that there was a Sonic's camera.
Yeah, one of the few past
It's an internal PC camera that was put on our computer. Without elaborating,
right.
Someone helped us to take it off.
Yes.
The lethal corruption wasn't there because we did it a different way, which we cannot expose. Anyway, from learning,
another camera.
From learning, and I watch what legitimate people do, we discovered there was another PC camera after that.
Internal camera.
What was that called again? Sonic's?
Do we have
Sonic.
No, not Sonic. No,
well, something like that. Okay, we have it written down. Okay, but
It was a different name.
There was another PC camera put on. We finally got rid of it. So what does Mario Tuszco et al. Do? They put another camera, which started with V. Okay, I don't have the exact wording, but I have copies of it. Okay. Another PC internal camera was installed on our computer. We had to take it off. Besides all that, we have to use all our devices, which we cannot expose on the internet.
Right.
Although Mario Tuszco probably knows because he's on our computer. Our computer is his computer. Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's wonderful.
What he does all the time, he takes off the safety mode of our computer. We have to keep on putting it on. This is about the 100th time. He turns it off, we put it on. We lock it, he unlocks it. Every time we make a YouTube video, we know we have to go and use whatever we have to get off whatever he's doing. Okay? This is Mario Tuszco and the Lethal Corruption monitoring and owning our computer and our internet. Because they're trying every which way to not expose what they're doing. And we're trying every which way to expose them.
Right.
And we're giving up our life for it. It's a beautiful day today. It's Thursday.
No, it's Friday.
Friday. Excuse me. I don't even know.
Yes, it's Friday.
And what do? We just stay in our room, as you know.
Here in front of
and we have to do this because we need to save our lives. And the lethal corruption could be very happy because you disturb my numbers immensely.
Yes. And a person who's got diabetes, you have some guts. This is such a scandal. This is such a liability for doing this to a person with a condition with diabetes. How dare you? How dare you?
And many citizens of the world have diabetes, and you know you need a peaceful, calm life. You know, people who take care of themselves who are diabetic, like me, but I can't take care of myself because of what we're in. Okay, but you know, if you are concerned about your diabetes, and you eat the right foods, and you have I mean, there's always stress. You can't, but stress like this,
stress that you can't avoid
any diabetic would know.
This is out of hand.
This will
stress.
kill you. And that's exactly what they're trying to do to me. You know, diabetes is a very common condition, and a lot of celebrities have it. Halle Berry has it. Sharon Stone has it. Jerry Lewis has it.
B.B. King.
B.B. King.
I think Patti LaBelle. I'm just going through.
Patti LaBelle. A lot of sports stars have it. Could you imagine doing this
to them?
To one of them. If you did it to one of them, because they have powerful backing behind them and they're celebrities.
These people who try to do that, they'll be
get right in jail.
They'll be obliterated from society.
Exactly.
Immediately.
Okay.
Immediately.
The way they did it to us, they took our family away, our friends away, all our support systems. Our family had everybody to do everything for us, from real estate, which you don't know of yet.
Yes.
Well,
there's quite a few real estate people there.
High-powered executives.
Yes.
Not even, not like real estate agents. We're talking about high-powered executives. From real estate to doctors to lawyers, employment lawyers in the family that we didn't even know of. Her name is, what is her name again? Rachel Jacobson, who recently got married.
To Sean Jacobson.
Who's my nephew.
Right.
And as this case goes on, you're going to learn how my family deserted me. Okay? How my own daughter, who was my daughter before this lethal corruption began, is now my bitter enemy. See, how my mother was my bitter enemy.
You're talking flesh and blood here.
Yes, you're talking flesh.
I mean, it's enough that we have strangers that, have no blood relation, that they're doing this to us. But on top of it,
it's your family.
You're putting the icing on the cake here with your family doing it.
Your daughter, who you gave birth to, and you devoted your whole life to, which you don't know yet, because
and how she became to be a physician assistant, all if it wasn't for Susan. But we will get to that. We will get to that. To the story once we get, like I said, once we're going to give our revealed details.
Joe, because I was up the whole night, and I mentioned about the camera. Okay, did I mention? Yeah, there's a camera. There was a PC camera on our computer.
Right.
I took it off. He constantly, Mario Tuszco at Al, constantly plays with the safety mode. He turns it off. I turn it on. I mean, it's a vicious cycle.
And another thing before I forget, it's been happening maybe every other video so far.
Oh yeah, with the error messages.
Yeah,
yes.
If you're watching it, we are into our 10, 12 minutes, 13 minutes. Guess what? Oh, error. So we got to restart again and try to go back, and then usually we bypass that. But that's another.
But the error message, because it proves that Mario Tuszco is doing it, it's always about when we try to expose certain things about Mario Tuszco.
And where it just hits a nerve.
And you see that the noise you hear, when you watch other YouTube videos, you don't hear that noise. This is all orchestrated by Mario Tuszco. And our videos freeze because you see it.
Yeah. I mean, we are recording it now, and it's, you're moving, my head is moving.
Yeah, but then when you
see the
actually
fan,
publish
you see the fan now moving once in a while, then the fan stops.
Right.
I mean,
it's all the cybercrimes being committed because our internet wire is connected to someone else's apartment. And even if it's not Mario Tuszco, apartment, we have vacant apartments in this building. And we also have cult members living in this apartment. Remember I told you about Yoga Abba? And there's other cult members as well. Okay, because what happens with this lethal corruption, they move in your building.
Yes.
They move in your neighborhood.
They gravitate.
They're in their mother's neighborhood. And we went there the other day, and I had to fight them because they're all around you. They're all around you wherever you go. They're like roaches. Okay, I'm going to take a little break. Okay, Joe is going to, unless you want me to be here.
Maybe we both should, maybe
all
so
right.
I can explain a little better.
We're going to continue
Yeah,
you know,
if you
because
don't mind,
it's
just,
horrendous.
because I don't want to forget certain things, if you don't mind.
The story,
Susan. All right.
the facts about Verizon,
Yeah,
and
I
how
mean,
this led to the cyber crimes.
Okay, that's you gotta say just how I left off when I was talking
Well,
about
I don't know where you left off, Joe.
About the theatrical imposter.
Okay,
Okay.
let me get to that part. Okay.
Well,
no, let me get to that part.
Because I already told him in the store.
If you remember from my past videos, I told you this. We both we knew the guy, but we were a little perplexed when we saw him because he had different color hair. However, we took videos of him and pictures of him, and we looked at it. What this guy did, he quickly put some red dye on his hair, and he was so quick in doing it
that he forgot.
He forgot one of his eyelashes.
Yes.
So he had one red hair eyelash and one gray hair, because the guy we met was silver white gray hair.
Right.
Okay? And then when we listened, because we knew from his voice, and then we was talking like, silly me! And he's like, very like...
and as if we were waiting to go down, he's making like he's going...
And that's exactly what that's exactly what he did in Walmart.
Yeah.
He goes, okay?
I mean, he gave it away.
So sometimes you like, someone's, you know somebody, or you see something, you saw it before, but you just can't pinpoint it.
Exactly.
After we watched the videos that we took of him and the pictures, we realized
I couldn't believe
who this guy was.
I cannot believe this guy.
This was a guy in Walmart. And all the employees in Walmart were making believe like they didn't even see him because they were paid off.
Anybody else would do something. They would call the manager and remove the guy.
Right.
Or call security and say, "What are you doing?"
So I did. I actually.
He had everything, and he took out the boxes.
Yes.
From the shelves, all placed, and he had them all over the aisle, and they was inside the shelf and playing
and all the employees were there. I mean, if a kid does it, even if a kid does it, an employee goes over and goes to the mother or father and say, look, you have to take care of your son or daughter because he's messing up the store. This is a grown man.
Grown man.
Inside, it was like a sight to see. He's inside the store shelf.
And he's acting like a clown.
And he's picking up things like, oh, I'm looking at this, I'm looking at that, And, so of course he knew we were going to ask him. Because anybody would. Are you okay? He says, yeah.
Are you okay?
Now, let me say something. He says, I'm just looking at this. I'm looking at it like this.
Yeah, right.
Like that. You know what he was referring to? Remember when we talked about, unless the video was deleted, but I don't know.
Well, which we're going to really elaborate on much more.
When you go to pharmacists, this is what they do with your insurance card.
We choose an insurance card all the time.
They go, awesome. Is this an insurance card? I don't know. It looks like maybe a movie card.
And they twist it back and forth,
back and forth. I never saw a card like this. What insurance company is this? I never heard of it.
And it's like they're actually performing.
Yes, it's a performance. It's a performance on your life.
Yeah, it's a mockery.
Because if I don't get my insulin, legitimate insulin,
on somebody's health.
So I'm standing there, my heart is thumping because it goes on all the time. Boom, 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 boom. I said, Joe, what are we going to do? We don't have police to help us. They're part of this. We can't get a doctor. The hospitals will not allow us in. I said, Joe, I don't know what to do. And at times I told Joe, you know what? Let me just stay at home. And that's how I feel right now. Let me just live as long as I can. And when I run out of things, let me just die.
I know, but that's... No, but happen. And I always tell Susan not to talk that way because...
You don't know what we have been through. Joe said in our last video that we went a week to motels. He was wrong. We went 2 weeks.
Yeah.
On excursions. We spent from the last of our money about $3,000 in 2 weeks.
Right.
Because I need to get my insulin and my medications, and we can't. I mean, we will tell you. That's why there's so many details to this.
Somehow, every time we want to describe something, we sort of go on tangents
Yeah.
again because we want to make parallels.
Yes. Now it's ending.
Now it's
I know it's
ending.
going to be an ordeal because Mario Tuszco takes off our descriptions and our tag words, but we'll be back hopefully.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is what, 30, correct? This
Part
is part
30 of our cry
for help.
Please help us.
Please help us.
Please.
And
Please.
we thank all the citizens.
Please.
All the world.
Please help us. That's all I can keep on
Please
saying.
help.
Please.